The Solarian embassy on Station Aurelia 7 was a palace of floating glass walkways, shimmering force curtains and guards in silver armor. Diplomats and ambassadors from dozens of species moved through its halls with stiff dignity, their every word monitored by translators woven into the air itself. But behind the polished shine of political importance, someone was suffering. Her name was Lyris Veda, daughter of High Diplomat Sorath Veda, heir to one of the most respected families in the Tricluster Peace Network. To the galaxy. She was regal, brilliant, elegant. To her father, she was breaking, and no one knew why. No healer could explain the constant stinging across her scalp, the burning migraines, the faint buzzing she heard every night. Her hair, long, shifting, bioluminescent tendrils, was part of her species' neural structure. Each strand pulsed faintly with her emotions, her thoughts, her inner light. Now that light flickered like a dying star. She hid her pain well in public, but at home she curled against the floor of her room, gripping her skull, trembling as her bio-thread spasmed. Her father was desperate enough to break diplomatic protocol. He sought help from a human, Part-I, the human hairdresser. Not just any human. Elias Thorne, a hairdresser from Earth with a tiny shop on the lower decks of the station. Humans were known for dexterity with biological fibers, hair, fur, filaments, because their species had thousands of years' experience with grooming. Cyllians didn't take such things seriously, but Sorath Veda didn't care about pride anymore. He needed someone who worked with hair like an artist. Elias had no idea why the diplomat himself visited his small, dimly lit salon. The tall alien stepped inside, his crystalline eyes pulsing with stress, his iridescent robes trembling as he struggled to stay composed. For a moment, Elias froze mid-sweep of the floor. "Sir, can I help you?" "Yes," Sorath said urgently. "You can help my daughter. And you must come now." Elias blinked. "Your daughter? With hair? With bio-threads? We do not usually allow humans near them, but she is in pain, and no Solarian healer has solved it. I've been told humans handle such matters with surprising instinct." Elias set down the broom slowly. "Show me." Part 2. The girl who never complained. Lyris sat curled beside a glowing column when they arrived at her private suite, her hair draped across the floor in waves of silver and cyan light, dimmer than they should have been. She flinched as the doors opened, but forced a polite expression when she noticed Elias. "Father," she murmured, voice thin. "You brought someone." Sorath touched her shoulder gently. "He is a specialist." Elias knelt a few steps away, careful not to overwhelm her. "Hi," he said softly. "I'm Elias. Your dad thinks I might be able to help." Her luminous eyes met his. "You are human. Last time I checked." To his relief, she gave a small, weak laugh, but when she shifted her hair, she winced quick, sharp, involuntary. It hurt her a lot. "Lyris," Elias said calmly, "I'm going to take a look. I won't touch anything sensitive without asking first." Solarians valued consent for neural contact. A human touching their bio-threads was as intimate as holding someone's heartbeat in your hands. She nodded slowly. "Do what you must." Elias examined her hair from a distance. It shimmered, beautiful and strange like living fiber optic strands, but something moved, a ripple, a flicker, a twitch that wasn't natural. His eyes narrowed. "May I?" he asked softly, raising a hand. She hesitated. Her voice trembled. "Yes." His fingers brushed her bio-threads. Instantly she gasped, her breath catching. "Sorry. Did that hurt?" "No," she exhaled shakily. "It feels different. You're warm. Human hands. Human warmth." Her species didn't have such heat. To her, it felt grounding. Elias carefully separated the glowing strands, scanning for damage or irregularity. Then he froze. There, tangled deep beneath the layers, something metallic. Small, dark, almost invisible. "What is that?" he whispered. Lyris blinked, confused. "What is what?" He gently shifted a cluster of her bio-threads aside and saw the object clearly, now latched to the root of her neural filaments. A DEVICEA parasite, a tracker. He recognized it. Immediately he had seen similar tech used in criminal rings on the lower decks. Someone had implanted a nanospike in her hair, a device that fed off neural filaments, caused pain, gathered data, transmitted signals, and eventually, it would kill her. His blood ran cold. Part 3. Lyris, someone did this to you. Elias looked up at her slowly, forcing calm he did not feel. "Lyris," he said gently, "I found something, and I need you to stay as calm as you can." Her eyes widened. "Is it dangerous?" He nodded. Sorath stepped forward, fear flickering across his features. What did you find? Human. Elias took a breath. Then he parted Lyris's hair slightly, revealing the tiny metal shard latched against her scalp. Sorath inhaled sharply, rage and terror twisting his expression. That is, a nanospike, Elias finished. And it's been feeding on her neural energy. That's why she's been in pain. Lyris stared in disbelief, hand trembling as she reached toward her head. Someone put that inside me? Her voice broke. Elias caught her hand gently. Don't touch it. It'll lash out. Sorath paced, barely controlling himself. This is political sabotage. Someone targeted my daughter to cripple me. I will find who. Not now. Elias cut in firmly. First we remove it. Lyris looked at him, hope and fear mixing in her shimmering eyes. See, can you? He nodded. I can. Her breath hitched. Then, please. Part 4. The removalias washed his hands, sterilized his tools, and sat behind her on the soft woven platform. Lyris, he said softly. I'm going to touch your threads again. She nodded. Bracing herself, Sorath stood protectively in front of her, hands trembling behind his back. Lyris closed her eyes. Elias slid his fingers through her hair. Careful, slow, gentle. She let out a soft sound, half relief, half pain as the warmth of his hands soothed the raw energy beneath. Human touch helped regulate Solarian neural flux. He hadn't known that, but he felt it. She steadied under his hands. Good, he murmured. You're doing great. Her voice trembled. Keep talking. Why? It distracts me. So he talked. He told her about Earth barbershops, about customers who cried when they got bangs too short, about the first time he cut his own hair and ended up shaving his head. Her quiet laugh made her biothreads glow faintly brighter. Then, he reached the nanospike. Lyris, hold still. She tensed. I'm going to lift it slightly. It will hurt. I can take it. He slid two fingers beneath the implant. Lyris gasped sharp, piercing, agonized, but Sorath held her shoulders gently, murmuring soothing words in their language. It's okay, Elias whispered. Almost there. He twisted the nanospike. It writhed. A burst of electricity shot through Lyris's hair. She cried out, collapsing forward, shaking. Stop, stop. She begged. Elias instantly pulled his hands back. Okay, I'm not hurting you again. Not until you breathe. He took her hand. Her fingers were cold. Lyris, he murmured. I'm going to try again. But tell me when you're ready. She inhaled unsteadily. Do it. But hold my hand. Elias squeezed it gently. Sorath's eyes widened slightly at her request. Solarians did not ask strangers for such closeness. But Elias only nodded. I've got you. She braced herself. He lifted the device again. She squeezed his hand so tightly he felt his bones shift, but he didn't flinch. He twisted. A scream caught in her throat, but she endured. One more twist, and the nanospike came free. A sharp flash of blue energy burst, and then silence. Elias tossed the device into a containment field. Lyris collapsed into him, trembling violently. He caught her gently, easing her against his chest as her hair slowly brightened, color returning, pain fading, neural thread stabilizing. Her voice was a whisper. It's gone. The pain. It's gone. She shuddered, tears glowing on her cheeks. Sorath dropped to his knees, touching his daughter's arm with shaking reverence. Lyris, he breathed. My child, you are safe. She looked at Elias, eyes overflowing with relief and gratitude. You saved me. He smiled softly. Just doing my job. No, she whispered. You did far more. Her biothreads, newly freed, brushed against his arm, an instinctive gesture of deep trust. Part V. The aftermath. For the next hour, Elias carefully cleaned and soothed her irritated scalp. Using warm oils and cooling gels, Lyris relaxed more than she had in months. Leaning into his touch, her glowing hair curling softly round him. You humans, she murmured sleepily. You have strange hands. Good strange? He teased. She smiled faintly. Very good strange. Sorath watched with emotion thick in his eyes, gratitude, fear, wonder. When Elias finished, Lyris turned softly to look at him. May I return? She asked shyly. For maintenance? He raised an eyebrow. For your hair? Her cheeks glowed blue, a Solarian blush. For my peace, she whispered. Elias felt warmth expand in his chest. I'd like that. Part 6. The shocking truth. Later, after Lyris rested, Sorath pulled Elias aside. You did what no Solarian healer could, he said quietly. How did you know? Elias hesitated. Because humans know when someone's hurting, and we don't ignore it. Sorath bowed deeply, something no Solarian diplomat did lightly. I owe you a life debt. Elias shook his head. You owe me nothing, but Soroth's gaze was sharp. No, I owe you everything. Part 7. The last scene before Elias left. Lyris walked toward him, her steps soft, her hair glowing once more like flowing starlight. She stopped very close. Elias, she whispered. There is something I must say before you go. He tilted his head, curious. Her eyes shone with emotion. When you touched my hair, I felt something I have never felt before. Sa.